We're back. Welcome to the Bjerkreim Bulletin. I'm your host, Paul Squires, and after a break of nearly 2 months, we're back bringing you all the info you need on Bjerkreim IL's fortunes. In tonight's show, we'll discuss how the club's mid-season breaks, pre-season training and friendlies have gone, and we'll also meet Bjerkreim's new assistant manager. So while the rest of the footballing world has been basking in the delights that the Euros gave us from France, the hard work hasn't stopped behind the scenes for our favourite club from Vicassar. To explain what's been happening while we've been away, as always, we're joined by the A-team manager, Paul Wandless. Hello, Paul.
Hello, thank you for having me on again, Paul.
Oh, no, it's great to hear from you. So last time we spoke, you and the lads were heading into the traditional mid-season break in Norway. Before we talk about the pre-season friendlies and the results and the performances, how has it been nice to kind of forget about the league for now and just get back to work on the training ground?
It was definitely nice to forget about the league, especially with how it ended. But we had a 4-week break. We came back into the mid-season training camp, if we can call it that, because we had many weeks of just solid training sessions, and it's been fantastic. The atmosphere has built. The players are ready to go. We've definitely put it behind us in terms of the first half of the season, and the second half of the season we all believe, from myself all the way down, believe that we're going in the right direction now.
Excellent, good. Well, I mean, that's definitely positive, a definitely positive summer and such then. Okay, so over the summer you've been joined by your new assistant manager, Ryan Higginson, and he's here with us tonight. Hello, Ryan, and welcome to the Bjerkreim Bulletin.
Hello, thank you for having me.
No, it's fantastic to speak to you, and welcome to the club. How have you found things so far coaching with Paul in Norway?
It's been fantastic so far, coming over to a totally new country in Norway from where I usually am in England. Coaching is very different. I've come across very much a teacher way, because I've just trained to teach, to be a PE teacher in England.
Sure.
And I've come over, and when I'm speaking to players, some of them that maybe don't understand English fully, and I'm going blah 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 blah, do this, do this, do this. Paul's going, you're doing that too much like a teacher. Use simple words and just get it across quickly like that. And so Paul's been helpful. I've helped Paul. We're a nice little team. I think it's been an excellent experience, and it's a thank to Paul for asking me to come over.
Fantastic. I mean, you've known Paul for a number of years, so it is a case of, you know how each other think to a certain extent, rather than just two brand new people meeting together.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so if I can bring Paul back in with you, I want to talk about the two pre-season games that Bjerkreim have had already. First up was an away game at Risk of Sea last Tuesday, and we were beaten 2-1. It was the first pre-season game, so I don't want us to focus too much on the scoreline. So how do you feel the guys performed? Were you happy with how they responded to your tactics?
Yeah, I think it was a good game for a pre-season match, because we lined up against a team in Risk of Sea who only turned up with 12 players, so only one substitute. So they played the same team throughout. They were going for the win. They weren't tinkering too much, where we put out a team who was there to tinker. We had 3 tactics we just wanted to mess around with and see how they looked on the pitch, because you can't beat the match practice. And we had players we wanted to try in new positions, and we had new players in the squad who hadn't played a match for us before. So to lose the game 2-1, it was disappointing not to get the victory, because you always want to win. But we conceded 2 very early goals, and after that we completely dominated the game, even when making the tactical changes. So I think leaving that game, I was definitely a happy man, and with it being Ryan's first ever game in Norway, albeit a friendly, I think he left as well happy that the coaching was moving in the right direction, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. One of those games, my first game on the touchline in Norway, and helping Paul on the touchline, so we both came away happy. A defeat is a defeat, but pre-season defeat, first game, very good to go away with the football that was played.
And it was a case of it was more like a 90-minute professional training exercise, where you got to experiment with different styles, tactics, positions, formations, players, rather than trying to go out there and tactically beat the opposition.
Yeah, exactly, Paul.
Okay, fantastic. So next was Friday night's game at home against Hovesurad. pardon the pronunciation, and we were resounding 5-0 winners, including a hat-trick from our captain, Ollie Harold Sandstall. Now, this was a tremendous performance from the team.
Yeah, I think this game was a match where I put out a starting 11 and I used the substitutes correctly instead of just rotating them like we did in the last game. This was a game where we went there looking at the league coming up in terms of putting a team that I wanted to consider for the first game back in the league, and things are starting to come together in terms of the training we've been doing for months now. Everything is coming together. It takes time to rebuild a club. It takes time to put new ideas across, and the players are starting to. No, I don't want to say they're starting to learn it because they've been learning it from the first day, Paul. But they're starting to come together as a team now and believe in each other. And this team who we played, yes, they are one division below us, but they are having a very, very good season. I think they're sitting in either second or third place. And they've only lost the one game since the opening weekend of the season.
Wow.
So we came up against a team who had confidence and we completely destroyed them, to be honest with you. Whenever they came on the attack, we just slowed the game down. We made them play at our pace, and it was definitely a fantastic performance from the lads. You can go through the team from goalkeeper to striker. Every single person was fantastic, and we actually tried something new in terms of me having Ryan over. He went up into behind the dugout and just up on a bank behind the pitch, and he actually live streamed for Facebook, Bjerkreim Football's Facebook page, the first half. Now this had two reasons behind it. One was it puts Ryan in a better position than myself. He's high up. He can see the shape of the team better and he can watch the game from a different angle, which means when he come down at half time, he saw things I did not see. And also, people who couldn't make it, locals who maybe were unsure about coming to watch, got to see the first half of a game, and hopefully it's going to attract them to come to more games in the future.
Fantastic. I mean, it was that thing, as you said, it was both tactically, you guys can analyse the footage as well and show players where they've gone right and where they've gone wrong. And then with a performance and a score like that, there's probably going to be more of one than the other, definitely. So, it was a definite benefit doing that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It was fantastic.
Okay, so you're preparing for the next pre-season game, and now it's the final one before the league campaign gets back underway next week. So can you give us the who, when, and where then, guys?
We are playing tomorrow night. It's 8 o'clock kickoff our time, 7 o'clock UK time. That's in the evening, and we are playing in Ulgor, which is about 20 kilometres north of us, and we are playing Bjerkreim Football Club. So hopefully it's going to be a good game. They're in the division below as well, and they are sitting just below mid-table. So I am hoping and expecting a victory in terms of the quality of the opposition. I don't want to say that in a disrespectful way to them, but at the end of the day, we are playing in division higher, so we should be going into these games with confidence. Are we going to win? Now I have got a large squad for tomorrow night, and me and Ryan are going to be sitting down later on this evening and tomorrow before the game, just to kind of run through a few things, because again it's going to be a game where we're going to try a few things. We've got a couple of new players have come in, which is fantastic, so it's now just a matter of deciding, ready for the Risker game next week, who is going to be in that starting 11 as we go to turn the fortunes around of the season, because at the minute there's many people in many positions battling for that starting 11, Paul.
Fantastic. So it is a case of, the last chance for the guys to fight for the places that they want to, stake their claim and be part of that first 11 of the first game back, and hopefully the first victory of the season.
Exactly.
It'll be streamed on Facebook as well.
Yes, the first half will be on Facebook as well, exactly like the last game, Hovershred.
Brilliant. So make sure you tune to that one on Facebook tomorrow night at 7 o'clock UK time, 8 o'clock Norway time. Okay, so the league starts up again next week, and Bjerkreim's first match is at home at the Vikasor Stadium against third place Risker 2. Without giving too much away in case they're listening, what are your initial thoughts of going into this match?
Well, I think after the way the summer's gone, the way that the friendlies so far have gone in terms of the performances of the teams, we need to go into every game now just looking to keep that performance level up. Going into the games, as it's been said many times by many people in the world of football, get the performance right and the result will take care of itself. So all I'm looking for is a solid performance. I'm looking for the lads to continue the development in terms of what we're learning on the training field. And, as I say, the result will take care of itself.
Brilliant. Okay. So at the end of this month, we'll see the release of the third issue of the Bjerkreim Monthly magazine. If you hadn't had a look at the previous two issues, then it's perfect for a quick read between games now that all the leagues are back in action on our TV screens. You can download it from the English section of the club's website at www.bjerkreimfootball.com. That's obviously 1 O in football. I must say it's presented beautifully and has a digital bookcase which will build up with every issue that we release. Each edition is available from the 1st of each month, and the next issue is out on September 1st. That's all for tonight, guys, so thanks for joining us. Don't forget you can now catch this this podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud or iTunes, so you can listen to us whether you're sat at home or out walking the dog. Just search for Bjerkreim Bulletin. Thanks again, Paul, for joining us on the show.
No problem.
And thanks also to Ryan. Wish you the best of luck at our beloved Bjerkreim.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me as well.
Fantastic. Thanks for listening, and see you next time. Hada bra.